We're sending Kramer to Laos tomorrow, actually.
One thing about that with Robotech, Robotech has aired, Shadow Chronicles has aired on Star TV, and it has been shown in Vietnam, Laos, and Southeast Asia as well. The thing is, the markets are still evolving and coming into their own, so keep your eyes out. That is a market we're really interested in doing. We hope to bring more Robotech in there. As Tommy talked about before, we're about to do the first unified Spanish release of Robotech for Latin America. To give you an idea how slowly it's evolving. We're going to get in there, I can promise you that. So,
actually, this is where fans can help us out.
Yes.
Is I know a lot of fans are connected in the industry, and you know folks who work at TV stations, DVD distributors, and so on. If you do have a lead at a genuine company and you think they would be the right type of company to distribute Robotech, contact this guy, info@robotech.com.
Yes.
Info@robotech.com, and he will get the company. He'll get the folks talking with the sales agents to get the licensing done. So you know, info@robotech.com. Don't send us a thing about hair growth renewal or anything like that. We probably won't respond to that. But
Too late for that.
yeah, he already gets it. He is. So if you do, because that's actually how some of our licensing came about, where some of the fans said, hey, I know a guy at this company, and the lead panned out, and it happens. So it does happen.
That's how I got in Paraguay for Canal 13. Okay, next question. Actually, over there, you with the hat. Yep, you with the green hat.
Concerning the toy lines, they've been fairly successful. Is there any plans or anything for the Southern Cross series, like the body armor or the Mecton?
Not right away. I'm going to be very honest about it, and it's especially because it's a recession economy right now. The manufacturer will focus on what is going to get them the most bang for their buck, and usually it's Macross first, new generation second. We're trying to see ways that we can get more Southern Cross stuff done, and it usually the only way it can be done is as a set, together with other stuff. Like when we do our DVDs, we do it as a set with everything else in the series. So it's something we haven't given up on yet, but it's not something that Toynami has on its timetable right now.
But you know, as a backup prize, I'm going to give you a Southern Cross keychain. How's that sound? There we go. All right, next question. Let's see. Over here, you with the blue, in the blue with the hat. Yep. You.
Oh, so you said maybe next year there might be another DVD release or another continuation of Shadow Chronicles.
It's going to be an expansion of the Robotech universe, but I never said it was going to be a continuation of Shadow Chronicles. And it is actually something that, and you know what? It's actually something that was an idea of Carl's. And so, as far as I'm concerned, it's real Robotech to me.
You know, that's a really cool question. Since we couldn't answer it, I'm going to give you one of our Cyclones. Now all the hands go up. All right, let's see.
I want to ask you a question.
Actually, the guy with the Super Mario in the back. Yeah, you.
When are we going to see a Robotech MMO?
We're going to see Robotech MMO.
Actually, that's part of the licensing categories that Warner Brothers has been absorbing. Is they've been picking up all the rights to coordinate with the live-action movie. Among that is the video gaming rights.
When anyone other than Blizzard can make a big MMO.
You know, that was a good question, so I'm going to give you a 1/1000 issue Valkyrie. All right. Guys, the mystery box is so big. There's lots of things in the mystery box.
How many of you have a question? You know, these are really nice, cool, nerdy questions, but since we've got an incredible cast of folks right here, how many of you got questions about Carl for these folks right here?
Ooh, I see. Okay. All right. You know what? Let's go. We have this gentleman here in the white.
Yeah. So, was Carl working with Harmony Gold again? Was he working on with you guys before he passed away?
Yes, he was.
All right. Okay. See, way over up with the striped shirt. Yep.
My question is, did Carl ever say who his favorite character was in the original series?
Yep. Rand.
Okay. Well, you know what?
Any questions for these folks about Carl?
All let's see, go up here. You're like waving your hand over here, so there you go. Yep.
When you were hired with Reba, did Carl ask you, did you know you were going to sing in the series? And did you take singing lessons for the series?
No, no, actually, I wasn't a professional singer. I'd sung a little bit, you know, I've been in some musicals. And when I auditioned for Robotech, they asked me if I could just all of a sudden sing a song. And so, just in the studio, I sang, "It's My Party," and I just went, "It's my party, and I'll cry if I want to." And I think I forgot the words to that too, but and I got the part.
That song was contemporary back
And then I did take some singing lessons right before we did the session, but really I wasn't a professional singer.
You know,
I admit it.
You know, that was such an awesome question. I'm going to give you an NPC Cyclone. So, all right.
Next question gets the keys to Kevin's car.
You know, that thing is worth like $250. It's almost as good as catching a foul ball.
So, yes, there we go. Okay, you sir in the back in black. Yep, you get.
Did any of you think that Robotech, when you were doing it, would be as big as it is now? Do you think it was just a little animation that someone would have done?
You know, the form hadn't really been established yet. I think, is it Kimba the White Lion had been on the air, and I think Voltron had begun.
Speed Racer.
Speed Racer, yeah. But there wasn't much. So we had really no idea that we were creating an art form, in a sense. You know.
Yeah. When we went into the studio before, when we were working at Intersound, we were doing these little anime things, but we really had no clue where any of them were going. They just sort of were going out into the wind. And so when Robotech came along, I think we kind of sensed that maybe something would happen. I think that's why we were using, well, we were trying to get a union contract for it, but really we had no clue. It was very much of a surprise.
And I think the things that made it popular really was that it dealt with real people set in a science fiction universe. So things happened. Roy Fokker died. You know, nobody.
Hey, Ben Dixon died too.
Ben Dixon died.
I never got to finish that steak.
Kevin, can you give him a steak? That's a good question.
You got a steak in that bag for me?
Yeah, okay. Okay, wow, see all the hands go up now. This is good. Okay, you sir, right there. Yep.
I wanted to know, how much did Carl interact with you guys to help develop the characters, the voice, the personas of all the actors, and try to influence the character developments with you?
Well, I was one of the directors. I was the story editor and also one of the actors, so I was sort of intimately involved all the way along the line. Carl really kept his hand in as much as he could, but you know, as the producer, he couldn't be in the studio for every session or anything like that. But when we were starting out, I know that when we were auditioning, he was there and he talked to the actors as they came in. And they talked about where these characters might be going and what they wanted to do with them. And then we let the actors sort of interpret, and you know, we picked from that, you know, as to who sounded right for us. You know, Carl had a lot of input on that.
The gentleman with the role-playing game.
What was your favorite memory working with Carl? For everyone.
Favorite memory? It was 2 in the morning one morning. Every morning. When I said he tried to kill me 25 years ago, I wasn't kidding. I mean, this was a 7-day-a-week deal. I mean, it was an enormous amount of work. We did 85 episodes in a year, which doesn't sound like it should be that hard, but we're talking about writing the scripts, turning them into English, and then casting and going into the studio and having everybody there, and then editing and all of that. So it was an endless amount of work. I was single at the time, thank God.